you a Bake Off fan? Were you a Bake Off fan?
My kids love Bake Off, so by proxy, I have to enjoy the show.
OK. Well, look, Christian is our social media expert, of course. You know him, Christian House. I'd imagine that online it was kicking off last night.
It was, yeah. It was obviously all over Twitter and Facebook. It wasn't, however, the most talked about Bake Off, which was the launch show, but it wasn't far short. It's 234,000 social media mentions last night.
So what were the things that they were really focusing on then?
Well, I mean, last night it was all about Candice. Obviously, throughout the show, she had actually 52.3% of all of the social media mentions about the show. She was the most talked about person, clearly, and then she went on to win. There she is with her lips. And in fact, that's been the reoccurring theme.
Is that what they're talking about? The lips, is it?
The lips, yeah. Over the entire series, 65,000 social media mentions. That's her lips, her pout, and her choice of lip colour. Yeah,
it was interesting, isn't it? Because all the newspapers this morning are talking about how she might be able to cash in on this, and you know, her own makeup brand could be following imminently.
Undoubtedly, because she wants to open a tea room. She loves her vintage sort of antiques and stuff, and then she gets the makeup brand. It's all feeds into it, doesn't
and
it?
The dog and everything else all feeds in. In fact, when people talk about her lips, they were quite critical of her purple lipstick.
Really?
So that was the most talked about colour she wore in the series, but 63% of that discussion was negative. But when she wore the red lipstick last night, there a lot of love for the red.
Would you have thought that there'd be so much interest in exactly the shade of lipstick? I mean, I know it would have been the thing that was on your mind.
It was probably the thing that I would have been most excited about. But that said, though, it's almost the perfect snapshot for her if she were to go and launch a brand of some sort, because she's already got the feedback from the marketing feedback she needs.
Exactly. That's it. That's my job.
Listen, let's look at the spikes, because there was one in particular, wasn't there? The handshake one.
The ham hock, the double Hollywood, the Hollywood.
The fascinating thing, actually, is that we're all, you know, watching it, and people are all talking about it on social media as well. It kind of has a life of its own, doesn't it?
Yeah, these sorts of shows, sort of social media lives for these sorts of shows, because obviously we can all join in, we can be part of the action, and you know, shows like Bake Off are part of our psyche, and I think we can sort of, you know, express ourselves through social media when we're watching along.
And all go out and bake.
Go and bake. It's inspired me to eat more cake. If that counts. Christian, good to see you. Thank you very much.
We normally like to keep things confidential, but as this rumour is out on social media, we would like to say that we can't deny or confirm that we have been approached to host the Bake Off. However, we do know a lot about custard pies, cream cakes and things that can go wrong in the kitchen. In fact, our household insurers have refused us. They can go on, the Juggle Brothers. have refused us house insurance over the past 25 years.